911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, it's on 200. We're near PDQ.
Okay, Jenny, tell me exactly what happened.
There's an accident with a gold Buick and a silver Ford.
Gold Buick. Okay. Okay, are there any injuries that you can tell?
Yes, it looks to be that most of them are unconscious. Nobody's talking or anything.
And how many people, just the two vehicles are involved? And you said there's 4 people at least that are unconscious in the vehicles?
Yes.
I'm sending the fire department to help you now. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next. If you're close to them, don't move any of the involved persons unless they are in danger. And for everyone's safety, stand well clear of any approaching traffic.
I personally have an uncle who struggles with alcohol abuse, and I think about how he has several kids and how I don't want him to make that dumb mistake. And I personally knew the girls who were playing the dead girl and the girl who went to prom with her date, and that just impacted me in a way, because I was like, what if they were in a car and somebody made that mistake and like they just weren't there anymore? And that's just, it's scary. It's scary how people just think that they're invincible whenever they're our age, and they just decide to make that dumb mistake. I think this is really, really important, because at our age we do tend to think we know everything, we're invincible, we want to try new things even though we know that they're wrong, and somebody's going to make that mistake. They're going to think that they're okay to drive whenever they're not. And I think it's so important for us to do this so that way we can prevent that mistake from happening, because it is a mistake, and no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be a mistake that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. That's why I think this is such a great idea, is because it's a visual for them to see, so that way they know what they're going to have to go through if they continue making bad choices and bad mistakes. That's crazy to think about, is like one mistake could just ruin your entire life. But if you've never even let yourself make that mistake, then you're going to be fine. You're not going to have to deal with all that consciences and stuff, and you'll feel better about yourself if you decide to not make that mistake. I think everybody has a life to live, and everybody should live their life to the fullest every single day, because everyone deserves their shot. Everyone needs their chance to be successful and do what they want to do with life.
Okay, Tango 1, Tango 4, S6, 1065, Signal 4 with injuries. So you can be en route to the 3400 block Southwest College Road, 3400 block Southwest College Road in front of PDQ. Gold Buick and a silver Ford. There are known injuries. EMS is 1051, code 2.
Today the kids are getting to hear a book, well actually 2 books, from somebody who's been trained kind of in the theater, so she gets very involved, and it's just showing the kids another way to listen to a book and how exciting it can be, and hopefully they get really excited about it, and to introduce them to the author in hopes that maybe they'll read some of those other books in the future.
I'm a part of the literacy tour, which travels to many of the Marion County schools, and we share an author and a book, and they've been doing this literacy tour for 20 years, so it's a huge outreach. It's federally funded, and through grants we're able to do this and just inspire kids to read more.
Everyone show me your best waddle.
This is an interactive experience. It's not just we're sitting here reading a book. We're teaching them songs and that you can engage and to use their imagination.
Have you ever seen a penguin come to tea? When you look at me, a penguin you will see.
They're very excited and just overall happy to have something different done throughout their school day.
It gives them somebody different, somebody they're not used to seeing, and that's exciting, because a lot of times if we have somebody else that's reading to us that we don't know, it can be like, ooh, okay, I'm going to listen and I'm paying more attention, and it just gives them that kind of excitement factor that they're not used to having when it's just me reading to them or their teacher constantly. It gives them something different, and the different voices she does have been really great to hear.
Welcome to Cat School, said a big round cat. I'm Mrs. Wimpy Dimple, your teacher.
I've been fortunate enough to go to multiple schools and each one you're able to see just how excited they are to experience a book in a different way.
The kids have seemed really excited about it, and they were talking about wanting to read more of the Splat the Cat, so I'm going to make sure that we have plenty of those here in the library. So they've seemed very involved, and they're being super cute, so I'm excited.
Schools throughout the United States use nearly 5.6 billion polystyrene foam food trays each year. The StyroGenie is a low-cost thermal densification machine that reverses the foam manufacturing process by removing air and turning the foam back into a liquid resin.
Okay, at the end of the day, we load the styrofoam trays into the machine, and basically we just take them out and put them in. Now, this machine has the ability to delay processing for 4 hours. So we just set the machine and put it on 4 hours delay. 4 hours from that time, the machine will start up and it runs overnight. The next morning, we open up the bottom of the machine. There's 2 separate pans, and this is what comes out of the pans.
The StyroGenie actually makes and melts all the trays down. A company from South Florida picks them all up, and they recycle them into picture frames, which sometimes we can actually give back to the school, let them do fundraisers with it, and it helps some of the costs for the school to be affected a little bit. It's one of the small ways that we can give back to our students through food service. The program has been running approximately 3 or 4 years, and it's done a number of different things, from cutting the amount of dumpsters down, to the fuel charges we incur, to not making such an impact on the environment. This is one of the many things that food service does to try to keep our environment clean for the students' future. Overall, the StyroGenie has been very successful. We hope to be able to implement it at some of the other schools here in Marion County. To decrease, obviously, the amount of garbage that goes into the landfill, and just to overall have a cleaner, more safe environment for the children.
We might be somewhat biased, but we think some of the brightest and most talented students reside right here in Marion County. CareerSource is an organization whose main goal is to connect that talent with employers here in the local area. They played a very specific role in the recent high school career expo held at Circle Square Cultural Center.
Our role in this is that we are the employment section of that. Our job with CareerSource is the workforce development piece. So this is integral to what we do, is helping educate what is essentially the future of our workforce here in Marion County. It seems like the students really enjoyed meeting with all these employers, and the small group session where they could really sit and one-on-one ask a real live employer that has company right here in Marion County some questions. What kind of things do you look for? What kind of classes do I need to be taking? And they had, in a small group of 20 students or less, one-on-one time with that employer. We are really passionate about this event. Like I said, it's all about taking the students that are right here in Marion County and telling them, hey, guess what? You can get a great education here in Marion County. You can get a great continuing education here in Marion County, and then you can get a great career in Marion County. So that's what we're trying to promote with this event. And so we definitely want to keep that going. So it could grow in size, it could grow in length. I mean, there's a lot of potential for it, but we are definitely in this to continue with this event. We're also in the process of even expanding it into some of the other counties that we serve as well, and having some of the students in those school districts that we serve also get this same kind of opportunity to see what's available in their area. So, absolutely, we're hoping that we continue this event and that we continue to grow it. And part of that's going to be from the feedback that we get from the students as they continue year after year to give us feedback of what their favorite and least favorite parts of the event might have been. We're flexible. We want to incorporate that into our future plans.
We have an important calendar update to remind you about. Contrary to the published calendar, Friday, April 14th is a regular school day. Because of days lost to the threats posed by Hurricanes Hermine and Matthew, 2 weather makeup days will be used. The first is this Friday, April 14th. The second is Friday, May 26th. That was originally a teacher workday, with Tuesday the 30th as the makeup day. However, the decision was made to flip-flop those 2 days, meaning the 26th will be the last day of school for the year, and it's a half day, and the 30th is now the teacher workday and their last day for the year.